am bitching about is actually largely related to this. It's something I talk about quite frequently and think about even more. And the reason I'm going to be bitching about this, it's really whine bitching. It's a combination of the two, is because this
Wine bitching
year,
like you're drunk or like whiny?
both, actually.
Nice.
Mostly the whiny though. So this year is going to be horrible politically. I have basically no expectations for the Democrats accomplishing pretty much anything, and I think that through the horrible waste of a presidential term, even some good progressives' chances of winning races, people who are not, I don't think, ideologically all that affiliated with Biden, might be caught in the political crossfire. So it's just going to be a terrible year politically.
Jesus.
So a lot of what can be done is going to once again move to trying to rally people to our side, persuade them, all of that, whether it's, a regular person canvassing, whatever, or us doing our show. And so I want to once again bitch about the asymmetric battlefield that will be waged on, and identify for people who might not be as obsessed with their own job as I am about how many additional obstacles there are to people like you or me trying to do this that are not there, and the advantages that the right has. So there are so many reasons, I'm not going to go into all of them, of why it is so much better to be a right winger. And that is why so many people that used to be on the left now are doing the right wing thing. The biggest point is that the money will always be there.
Yep.
And that is why so many of the most popular people on the right seem suspiciously lacking in talent or intelligence, wit, humor, charisma, almost anything. Their careers are made. They're plucked from irrelevance. They're given massive advertising budgets and studios and all that.
Yeah.
And they might eventually get some people to follow them for reasons I'll get to in a second, but they are lifted up to defend accumulated wealth. Now, the reason they are able to eventually accumulate a little bit of an audience is that emotionally, their job is a lot easier. They can play to the worst instincts, the most base, primal, in many cases self-destructive, but definitely externally destructive emotions. It's
Yeah.
easy to create content to just get people to experience fear and jealousy, rage and hatred.
Also to
Those
tear
sorts.
down, right? Like, you don't ever have to lift up any activism, any work. So whether it's left or
Yeah,
right, you're just constantly focused. Even you're super cynical about politics, and yet you do make time to actually platform good stuff and
I
like
try.
talk to climate change organizers, and things like that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
keep
But yeah, they
keep
they
going.
they don't have to do that. One of the most important things, though, is that there is virtually no first of all, right wing media being independent mainstream. It is a false dichotomy. It's the same exact thing. That is why every single right wing independent person gets brought onto Fox News and OAN and Newsmax. They want to lift these people up because they're defending the same people. But the biggest issue is that they do not. All of their political news, their political content, political talk shows, political podcasts have virtually nothing to do with substantive politics. You do not need to make sure that the people listening to you have any idea what is actually going on, because
Mhm.
all of it is a massive distraction racket. Now,
Mhm.
there's a lot of centrist media that does the same thing to Democrats and for the same reason, but it's the entirety of the right. Whereas we need to convince people not just to waste their time, to be busy with anger and all these negative emotions, but to get out there and overwhelm so much money and entrenched power. It is so I'm not going to go any more in depth. I've whined enough probably, but yeah, there's just so many more obstacles that we have to face, and I'm sick of it. I don't like it.
Well, I mean, I also think that's what leads to people taking the sort of facile grift out, way out. So it's like making
Mhm.
really facile, easy arguments, just hitting at centrist Democrats, becoming kind of a tool. I'm talking about leftists becoming kind of a tool for the far right anyway, by
Mhm.
simply hitting at Democrats and not understanding that there are gradations of elites, as my, political mentor always says. It's about creating these fractures and fissures within the political class, and
Yeah.
that matters. Um,
Yeah, they can
and
afford to co-opt our people. And you're rightfully pointing out people who just make it about the centrist Democrats. I would say that there's at least some value to that. But the people who then just make it about the left, it's like formerly
Yep.
left people bartering the remaining credibility that they have to get money by taking down what there is of the left. Their side has the money to do that, like
Yes.
special forces tactic. We don't have that. We're not taking the neo-Nazis and then turning them against fascists or anything like that. Who has the budget for it?
The Frantifa, baby. Become a patron. Patreon.com/bitchuation room, everybody. Um, What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/bitchuation room. Do it.